Dr. S.K. Datta as well, who's with me in the studio. Dr. Datta, you've seen, our previous coverage of how Balochistan blew up on social media. In fact, it became an international phenomenon. I was fortunate enough, to speak to some of the gentlemen who were part of that conversation and who told us why exactly Pakistan is not letting go of Balochistan because of all its resources and its minerals. So it's been using, exploiting, extricating wealth out of Balochistan, but investing zero in it. It is still a place which looks third world. It's a barren land which is bereft of any development, any modernization, and any kind of democracy.
Yes, absolutely, Vinit. I remember I had done a show with you on Balochistan a couple of days back. I understand that the agony of Balochistan and the history of Balochistan is basically it is blooded in a lot of bloodshed history, and it's really sad. What I understand is like in 1948-49, if our second nominated prime minister of our country, Pandit Nehru, would have taken a call on this, then perhaps Balochistan would not have faced what.
Did you say nominated prime minister?
Yes, because I consider Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose to be the first Prime Minister of Azad Hind. Okay. So, in my understanding, Pandit Nehru was the second nominated one, and he won only with his single vote. We know the history. So, if Pandit Nehru would have taken a call in relation to Balochistan, the Nawab of Kalat actually wanted the Indian government to take a call on this. If Pandit Nehru would have been foresighted enough, then perhaps Balochistan would not have faced this kind of blooded history like the way it has been facing since 1948-49 onwards. I do understand that practically Balochistan is more or less independent now. Socially, culturally, it was never a part of Pakistan. Cultural edifice of Balochistan is completely different from the Wahhabi Islam which is projected and propagated by Lahore and by Punjabi Pakistan. So it's completely different. What is needed is the political recognition of that, and I think time has come for the government of India to take a call on this and should officially declare the independence of Balochistan, and India should consider Balochistan to be an independent country. And I think we should move ahead, and we should also take a call in relation to establishing diplomatic relationship with the with the government in exile of Balochistan, and perhaps we should also allow them to open up an embassy here in India. And whenever the situation becomes ideal, then perhaps in Quetta in Balochistan also. Secondly, is as in relation to the Western countries, we cannot expect much from them as of now, because United States of America has its own interest in relation to Pakistan. So does China, and Russia, in my understanding, would keep a neutrality as of now. But then the way things are unfolding, I think it's not very far off when a final solution in relation to Balochistan will be arrived at. Presently, the scenario in Balochistan is exactly similar to the situation in 1970 and 1969 in East Pakistan, which later on became Bangladesh after the 71 war. And I think it's a cursor to that direction. And the the cultural, the social, and the economic balkanization of Pakistan is complete now. Only the political balkanization, it's a matter of time. We are also seeing that the demand for Sindhu Pradesh or Sindhu Desh is also coming up in a big way, and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa is more or less out of the hands of the Pakistan government. So what I understand is we should make our position very clear. First and foremost, take back POK and Gilgit-Baltistan, and perhaps we should actually help out the independence movement in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan as well as in Sindhu Desh.
Okay, we have some breaking news also to talk about. As per information released by the Baloch Yakjehti Committee, 45-year-old Mahara Khan Mari had been abducted on the 13th of May 2025 at around 12 p.m. from Bhagio Barkhan. She is a labourer by profession and the daughter of Meeta Khan Mari, is what we're learning at this point in time. Ahmed Mustakhan, journalist, is joining us on the program. Mr. Mustakhan, I hope you can hear me, sir. Sir, can you hear me now? I can hear you, sir. Mr. Mustaqan, I can hear you. Go on, sir. All right, there seems to be a problem with that network over there. Let me rope in Dr. Datta once again into this conversation. Dr. Datta, a quick response. These disappearances that are happening of prominent personalities from Balochistan, this is obviously going to be attributed to Pakistan. Do you think that the Pakistani hardline stance towards Balochistan is going to intensify, after these, altercations and this episode between India and Pakistan?
Yes, I'm sure, because Pakistan would try its level best to bulldoze the independence movement in Balochistan, and it would actually use in a crude, brutal force to bulldoze the movement. But what I understand is like the ways the situation has unfolded in Balochistan, and almost 80-90% area of Balochistan is actually out of the Pakistan army and the ISI of Pakistan. So I think it's just a matter of time, because like when Balochistan will finally secede from Pakistan. And in my understanding, like Pakistan doesn't have any other option right now except for accepting the glaring reality, and sooner or later the final nail in the coffin will be done in Balochistan. And I think Pakistan sooner or later will have to accept that reality, that Balochistan is no longer a part of Pakistan. Yes, prior to that, like the way Pakistan had behaved in East Bengal or in Bangladesh with a complete ethnic genocide, similar kind of thing Pakistan would try this time, might be a kind of a mass genocide in Balochistan. They have been doing this from 1948 onwards, and I think now, this would be in a much more wider scale. But what I understand is like situation has, the way it has unfolded, I think for Pakistan to keep in Balochistan under a tight grip is next to impossible now.
All right.